What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about VeChain. VeChain are this known as the supply chain crypto, and they're probably going to be the biggest supply chain crypto. There's a lot more to this than just supply chain. Not that that's a small sector whatsoever. So I want to get into this because I believe there's huge, if it meets its potential, huge, absolute huge gains to be made for VeChain, which is already one of the top cryptos around. And there's also been some good news coming out of the Ripple SEC case, and I want to talk about that in this video as well, which obviously has ramifications for the rest of crypto, so we're going to want to pay attention to that always. Before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, you're probably sitting there going, James, why should I listen to you? There's 1,000,001 crypto YouTube channels. Fair question. So these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about on the channel, and they're the first 26 coins that I held when I made the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of those coins when I released videos about them, and you would have been the worst investor of all time, just sat on them all the way down into the current recession climate that we're in, you would still be in profit for around $7 grand. But if you had done, and that's doing everything wrong. Remember, it's buy low, sell high. That's the phrase everyone knows. But if you'd done the right thing, and you'd sold those coins last year when the markets flew up, $100 into each one would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. That's the staggering difference between doing the right thing and the wrong thing. I sold all my coins. This is not my portfolio anymore, but I've built up a new one. If you want to see my portfolio, go read copymycrypto.com. It's where I share every coin I own, every coin I buy, every coin I sell. And we've got thousands of members on the site, many of whom have never invested in anything. So we have step-by-step tutorials for people. Very, very easy to get started no matter what level you're at. And fundamentally, folks, if you want to make these gains, these 52, 62, 600 plus X's, then go read the site. I'm always on the search for the next Phantom. Phantom was the only Udemy course I've ever made in my life where I said it was going to 100x or more. Had you put in $1,000 when I released that Udemy course, you'd have been able to buy a very nice house. 2,000 would have made you a millionaire. There were millionaires made on that course, and I'm going to find the next Phantom. And when I do, I'm going to go onto the site and tell the members. So if you want to learn about the next 100x coin before everyone else, get on the site. So guys, VeChain. VeChain is priced at about 2.2 cents. Its all-time high was 28 cents last year. I know it only says 24, but there was a spike, I believe. Let's have a look. All-time high, 27.82. Oh, CoinGecko had a different one. Okay. So VeChain, based in and around China, but they are actually opening up offices worldwide, and they have been doing for a while. There's a lot I like about VeChain. First of all, I'll start with something that I've spoken about many, many times, but it's always something that I like to see. VeChain have a grant program, so developers can apply to get a grant to develop on the VeChain network. Each person can get up to $30,000 to push on their project if obviously they're awarded it. They've given out over $1 million in 2021 in grants. I'm expecting this is always a good thing. I don't really need to go over this, but I always like to. You want to see development. In a bear cycle, when the markets have been crushed, you want to see that the blockchains are developing, and seeing grant programs is a good thing. It means that they are pushing and trying to incentivize developers to come and build and grow the world that is VeChain. And as you can see, grant recipients, you can see the past sort of 12 that have been grant recipients. So, there is a point. They are getting stuff done in that regard, which is always good to see. VeChain has also pushed on the whole carbon neutral. I literally loaded all of these. Why are they reloading? It's just irritating. So VeChain are really pushing. They're then on the monitoring of carbon now. That's going to be part and parcel of what they're doing with regards to effectively decarbonizing the food sector and the supply chain sector within food. Now, look, that's the running narrative right now about energy efficiency and decarbonization being energy neutral. Being carbon neutral. And to do that is going to be mass amounts of data. So they've actually partnered with Amazon Web Services. Oh, this is doing my head. So they've partnered and they've got something called VCarbon. So VCarbon is what they're partnered with, which they're going to have Amazon Web Services help them run this and be the technology partner to VCarbon. This is going to be an international scale carbon management service. So VeChain piloted a bunch of successful use cases last year for its tech across all industries and potential scenarios. Now, it's going to require colossal volumes of data to be generated from the platform in the years ahead, so they require large-scale storage and analytics solutions. Amazon Web Services is going to be the technical partner helping them to do this. So VeCarbon focuses on building carbon neutral digital infrastructure for as many sectors and businesses as possible, providing trusted carbon emission MRV solutions. So VeCarbon features tons of different data development systems, and they're going to have an impact and management service for enterprises, governments, factories, and more. Now, they're also going to be pushing to serve China's carbon neutrality goal. So be underpinning that as well, and if China do successfully hit their carbon neutrality goal, which is lofty, VeChain would be a very, very large part of that. What interests me about this is that I do believe that they are pushing with the correct narrative right now. The whole narrative is net zero, net zero, net zero. We saw it with G20 meetings. We saw it with government leaders around the world. We've got to get our carbon footprint down. Net zero, net zero, net zero. VeChain are pushing with the thing that's going to probably get them results. Their carbon management system could very, very well be picked up for mass adoption by lots of businesses, because the better the optics around a business, the better success that they can often have, because they can market those optics. So VeChain are looking at doing that. What do you think about this, guys? Now, regardless of how you feel about net zero or anything like that, do you think they've made the right business decision there in terms of moving to VeCarbon or creating VeCarbon and really pushing with that? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you are a returning viewer, subscribe to the channel. We had about 80% of people that viewed our videos returning viewers but never subscribing. We've got that down to 75%. I'd love to get that down to 70%, but it requires you clicking that button to subscribe. Please do it. So yeah, VeCarbon, cleaning up the atmosphere. There's gonna be a big push here, and if we do in fact see mass adoption, VeChain, of course, token that will underpin a lot of the work the functionality of VeCarbon. As a result, lots of companies would require the use of VeChain. There's a lot of strength to this move. Lot of strength. Now, VeChain also have introduced NFTs, DeFi over the past year, and VeChain's ecosystem is beginning to grow very, very well. There's actually a VeChain Q2 report for this past year, and what we can see is that while the value has had like a 44% decrease of its reserves in the first quarter, they had actually performed exceptionally well. Despite the less than favorable market conditions, the VeChain Foundation maintains a strong financial footing with ample financial assets in reserve to support the continued support, development, and upgrading of VeChain Thor for many years ahead. And VeChain investors may need to consider the happenings in the VeChain ecosystem. VeChain's development activity has brought more positives since 29th of September. At press time, VeChain's development activity was 0.54, meaning there was more activity concerning the VeChain blockchain lately. Now, as I've always said, development during a bear cycle is key. Those cryptos that stand still die. They just do. They always have. So when you combine VeChain's VCarbon desires, when you actually combine the fact that the platform's so bloody cheap, it's so cheap. Like when you actually use VeChain on whether it's DeFi or NFTs, transactions are very, very cheap. Everything is very, very fast. It's a quality layer one. Then the amount of work they're doing, they're the number one supply chain crypto out there. The future looks really bright for VeChain. And look, there's 72 billion tokens out there right now. Now, the VeChain hit heights of 28 cents. Now, I do believe 40 cents is very achievable. You'd be looking at a market cap of effectively 28 billion. But for a system that could very well end up running all the carbon data for governments, whether it could, a system that will be the king of supply chain tracking, even more so. 40 cents would be effectively, from its all-time high, not that significant a jump. Less than 50% from its all-time high. More close to 40%, I think, than 50. It's not bad. And 40 cents again. You're looking at a market cap of a total market cap of maybe 30 billion or thereabouts. That's not bad. That is not bad. When you, again, everything runs off of what does Bitcoin do, what does Ethereum do. But if Bitcoin hits 100,000, if Ethereum hits 10,000, each of them, in fact, combined, those two will have a market cap of 3 trillion. So then you're looking at the strongest crypto for supply chain and saying a 30 billion market cap. That might be a massive understatement. It may very well run up to a friggin' dollar if Ethereum and Bitcoin do those kind of gains. But I suppose I'm being technically a bit conservative on the 40 cents. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? What can it hit? Can you see mass adoption coming for it? Let me know. And like the video and subscribe to the channel. Especially if you're a returning viewer, let's get that percentage down of people that are not subscribing. And hit the bell notification, because my videos will make you money and you don't want to miss them. And guys, if you want to see the coins that I own right now, go read copymycrypto.com. Everything on that site is verifiable. It's all on the YouTube channel. So you can go through the old videos. You can see what I said about them. And fundamentally, guys, look, we've got beginners section. We've got like step-by-step tutorials for everyone that want to get into crypto and that have no idea how. I'm always looking and deep diving into these markets every damn day. I'm going to be finding the next Phantom, the next coin that can do the crazy 100x gains. If you want to make those kind of gains, then you want to get onto the site and read through it. Like I say, link is in the description. Yeah, let's get into Ripple. And speaking of Ripple, I wanted to remind people of something. I've recently partnered with BitGet. I reached out and offered to work with them because the exchange is outstanding 0% fees. Every trade you do on spot trading, there's no fees whatsoever. So they've offered to the community $500 in XRP. All you have to do is join BitGet using the link, which is here, Crypto James' referral link. I'll put this link in the description. All you have to do is trade on spot, and you will be eligible for a prize or to be in with a share of 500 XRP. I think right now there's only been about 2 or 3 people that have actually signed up. So right now they're splitting nice money in terms of XRP. It's at least 150 plus bucks, 166 bucks worth of XRP each. So if you want to make some XRP for doing the stuff that you always do, get onto VeChain. I'll put this link in the description. You have to sign up using this referral link here on the page. And big news from VeChain. Obviously, Lionel Messi must be watching my channel because I've been speaking about VeChain a couple of times and he's obviously decided I'm talking sense. VeChain has partnered with Lionel Messi. And obviously going into the World Cup right now, this is going to be nice for VeChain. This is going to be a good opportunity for people to partner and work with a crypto exchange that's working with the greatest footballer that's ever lived. I'm not getting into a debate about Ronaldo Messi, by the way. I'm just saying my opinion. The GOAT is now working with VeChain. So get on VeChain and do it via the link that I'm giving you, and you might be in with a shot of winning some decent amount of XRP right now. This ends on the 25th, guys. The 25th. So you've not got long to make some gains. And back to Ripple. Ripple Council have confirmed that the Hinman documents are in their hands. If you're unfamiliar, obviously there is the never-ending SEC Ripple case, where SEC are claiming that it's a security and Ripple are going sod off, it's not a security. SEC have constantly fought against giving the Hinman documents. And William Hinman was the former chair of the SEC. He came out publicly and he was like, "We're, Ethereum's not a security, Bitcoin's not a security." Ethereum opened up very, very similarly to, and XRP opened up very, very similarly to Ethereum. So if Ethereum isn't, surely Ripple isn't. SEC have done everything they can to stop Ripple getting hold of those core documents. It took over 18 months, 6 court orders, but they finally have the documents and drafts of the infamous speech. And while they're confidential for now, I can say that it was well worth the fight to get them. And then Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple also said, the SEC want you to think that it cares about disclosure, transparency, and clarity. Don't believe them. When the truth eventually comes out, the shamefulness of their behavior here will shock you. I can believe it. I don't think it will shock me because, SEC corrupt, right? But looks like there's been, they're happy with the documents. Looks like, and it's something I spoke about, last year, but Ripple don't look like they were in any position to lose this case. But now, obviously, they're going from strength to strength. And as a result, XRP will probably have a very, very nice bounce from this. So if you are an XRP holder, you'll be happy with that. If you're not an XRP holder, you've got the chance to get XRP by doing a trade on VeChain. I'm going to put this link in the description. You've got to sign up using the Crypto with James referral link. And that is it from me, folks. Have a wonderful weekend. Take it easy. Bye-bye.